it can be taken to an extreme where I've seen a few people that, yeah, they did transform completely and they lost a lot of weight.
So the carnivore diet, I think its merit is that if you have these weird issues with food that are causing these weird problems, cutting out everything that could be causing a problem is of course more likely to fix it than just continuing on with a Western diet.
Yeah, totally.
But ultimately, I don't see carnivore ever being a long-term sustainable
I agree with
diet
that.
for literally anyone unless they are allergic to everything except for meat and eggs and maybe dairy.
I agree with that.
And it can be taken to an extreme where I've seen a few people that, yeah, they did transform completely and they lost a lot of weight, but then they lose so much weight. They go from being like 340 pounds and they got onto like a pure raw carnivore diet, and they eliminated everything. They're getting rid of all these things. And then they're also spending money and getting duped into buying things like, depending on your opinion on certain red light therapies, I do think red light can be beneficial, but they can be also expensive and maybe not give you the benefits you're particularly looking for, like hair growth or something. They lost all this weight. They're starting to think that, okay, I'm getting super into health. And then they're like basically starving themselves to the point where they're like 140 pounds, it's like 6'5", or 130 pounds, 6'5", and then they're spending extreme amounts of money on like alternative and new things, where like different EMF blocking things that people are marketing, or the red light things that people are marketing, or different grounding devices to ground their whole bed and whole house, and also like spike mats for certain, I don't know. So, and they'll pay coaches as well to guide them through this. Another thing that's huge within the wellness community. You guys talked even before we started about how this is a $1 billion industry. And then people will obviously point out that big pharma, makes all this money, but big wellness additionally will sell you different things that may or may not work. And they'll also sell coaching. Out of charlatans will give you coaching and discussions, and they're not really probably delivering for the value that some people may be spending thousands of dollars on discussions and coaching for, a result that's almost nothing. But it can lead them, some people, to unhealthy places with their body, mind, and even expending a lot of money on things that are a huge waste.
For sure.